Acquisitions don't start with a spreadsheet, they are a conversation. That conversation starts at the beginning, and it's where a relationship is formed. I don't think that relationship ever ends. We've been doing acquisitions from as long back as 2015, so that's over 10 years ago. And the relationships that we have with those sellers, those customers that came with us are still there. It's definitely not a transaction, it's the start of something. I got to know Carol and Graham when they were building my house, essentially. And I'd been working with them for months up to that point because they also have a building company, which is how that kind of came about. I didn't know they worked in property management. I don't think they knew I did either. And then a conversation on site one day turned to lettings and property management. That was where that was where the shared relationship started, and conversations from there, which eventually led to a conversation when they were thinking about the future of Cruz and what they wanted to do with it. For us, acquisitions only make sense if they're right for both parties. And what was clear from the start with the previous owners of Cruz is they really cared about the legacy of the business. They cared about what happened next. Cruz had built a fantastic reputation in Dunbar. They had a really good customer service. They genuinely cared about their landlords and their tenants. And obviously, we were coming in with very high on our agenda, if not the top of our agenda. What were we going to do with the business in the future? What were we going to do with lettings and property management in the town of Dunbar? That was the opportunity that we saw, that we were excited about. Right from the start, the conversation was around what was the legacy of that business? Were we going to do justice to their approach, their reputation if we took it forward? Not only recognizing the fantastic job that they'd done in the 10 plus years that they'd been in business, but really talking to them and working together on what was going to happen next. And not only that, could we do more? Could we really grow the business in Dunbar into the type of business that they thought it deserved to be? And we believe we could. How the deal actually progressed, the conversation started in the summer and we completed in November. In order to minimize the disruption to the customer base, we actually traded out of the Cruz office. So we just moved in and paid rent there for a little while, but with the understanding from the start that we were going to take the business down onto the high street and we were going to open there. And it took us a few weeks to find the right place, to where we are now. All of that was done with making it easier for customers to come and see us, easier to come and find us than where we'd been in the previous office, which hadn't been on the high street. So it was all just part of our commitment to really giving the business a bigger platform and kind of taking it forward. So we prioritized continuity all the way through, and the customers felt the benefit of that. We've invested in the town. We bought on the high street to make ourselves visible. We sponsor the local football team, the rugby team, the bowling club, the Christmas lights in December. It's been an important part of our proposition. We understand how important it is to invest in and be part of the local community, and we've absolutely done that. There's a lot of consolidating going on across the letting sector all over the UK. For us, acquiring another business is not about numbers. I think that's definitely the case for some of the big corporate consolidators that we see up and down the country, where it's all about a numbers game and they're racing towards an exit. We're thinking 20 years into the future. For us, the mark of success on an acquisition is if a seller can look back years from now and be proud of what we've done with their business since we've taken it over, then we've been successful. We're 18 months in now since we took over the Cruz business. The team here has grown, the managed portfolio has grown, but also we've introduced additional services. We're able to do more for the town of Dunbar now than the Cruz business was doing before, which was something we promised we would do when we took it over. Most importantly, we've been able to build on the reputation, the legacy of the Cruz business that existed before us, and it's now just about continuing to take that forward and think about what we want that to be in the future. We don't acquire for the sake of it. We are looking for acquisitions that are going to help enhance our business. So I guess what is the checklist that we look for? We're absolutely looking for businesses that have been built on long-term reputation and success. We're looking for opportunities where we can combine with our platform and our learning and everything that we do to enhance what that business has already done and take it forward into the future. We're looking for opportunities whereby combining an acquired business with ours, we're going to be able to do more as a result. The most important thing that we are looking at, that we're not going to dilute down or change, is our values and who we are. So I don't care how good the business looks on a spreadsheet. If it's going to bend us out of shape, or it's going to mean that we have to be someone that we're not, then we're not going to do that. We know who we are, we know what we're trying to achieve, we look after people. We're going to find businesses who think the same way, who for whatever reason are just at the end of the road with what they're doing, and we're going to work with them to see what's possible in the future and where we can go together. Acquisitions are about respecting what's happened before and really looking after and enhancing the future of those businesses that we take over. For the town of Dunbar, we've thrown the kitchen sink at it in our time that we've been here. We will continue to do so, and I just hope for the people of Dunbar and for the previous owners of Cruz Property Management, I hope they can see that, and I hope that we've done them proud.